Hey there, Chris McCarthy here with Brand Identified, and today I'm going to walk you through an AI business integration process to help you design out and define your brand typography and your color systems. So you're going to be able to use this 6-step framework to develop a structured font and color system that creates visual consistency, enhances usability, and strengthens your brand recognition. So this is what we're going to go ahead and cover today. So first off, we're going to go through this 6-step AI-powered framework. Then I'm going to help you answer and define the 10 questions that you must define for this AI strategy. Then I'm going to show you how to accelerate your strategy using the custom GPT BrandOptimizer.ai. Then I'm going to walk you through a 6-step AI prompt sequence to help you customize this framework and strategy for your business, also using the BrandOptimizer.ai custom GPT. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to install Brand Growth AIOS into your business. So let's go ahead and get started. So step number 1 of this AI-powered framework is to define. So start by answering these 10 visual identity questions. These answers will guide how your typography and your color choices reflects your brand's personality, improve communication, and create a cohesive user experience. So question number 1 here is, do you currently have an established color palette or typography system? Knowing what you're using now helps us identify the gaps and inconsistencies that may need fixing. Question number 2 here is, how do you want your brand to feel when someone sees your colors or your typography? Your color and font choices set emotional cues, whether that's innovative, luxury, bold, or fun. Question number 3 here is, are there any colors or fonts that you love or dislike for your brand? Preferences guide the design direction and helps avoid choices that don't fit with your brand identity. Question number 4 is, who is your primary audience and how should your design system speak to them? Considering industry norms and accessibility ensures that your design resonates and is inclusive. And question number 5 here is, where do you use your brand most often? Is that websites, apps, emails, or print? And they all have different requirements, so knowing this helps optimize the entire system. Question number 6, are there accessibility concerns that we should consider in your visual systems? Issues like font readability or color contrast are critical for user experience and compliance. Question number 7, do you have any existing brand materials or references that we should match or align with? Consistency across materials builds trust and brand recognition. Question number 8 is, what kind of visual consistency are you hoping to improve? Whether it's text hierarchy, color application, or font pairing, clarity here focuses your design efforts. Question number 9, if someone saw your color and font choices alone with no logo, what should they feel about your brand? Your design system should communicate your brand's essence instantly and clearly. And then finally, question number 10 here is, how will you and your team use this design system once it is created? Understanding the usage, whether for in-house teams or external agencies, guides how detailed and flexible the system needs to be. So step number 2 here in this framework is to clarify. Define the tone, the technical needs, and the design preferences that will guide your entire system. Your visual system should be more than just aesthetic. It should serve the function of your brand and reinforce your identity at every consumer touchpoint. This step ensures that your choices are rooted in purpose. So identify what tone your typography and your colors should express. So for example, clean and professional, bold and energetic, or warm and human. Clarify the platforms that your system needs to support. So for example, print, web, mobile, packaging. And then also document any visual constraints and must-haves or style guidelines that are already in place. So for step number 2, and then all the other steps within this framework, I've provided you with an AI prompt. Now, more specifically, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt. So BrandOptimizer.ai is a custom GPT interface that is built upon the knowledge base of Brand Identified, which is built upon working with hundreds of clients over the past 25 years. So I want to make sure that you're using this prompt and all upcoming prompts over in BrandOptimizer.ai, just not regular old ChatGPT, because it doesn't have access to that full Brand Identified knowledge base. So this prompt right here, for example, is, we are a, and you want to input your business type there, that serves, and then go ahead and input your target audience. Now, based on the following answers, help us define the tone, aesthetic direction, technical needs, and the constraints for our brand's font and color systems. So you're going to take this prompt, You're going to take all those 10 questions previously in step number 1 and the answers to those 10 questions in step number 1, and you're going to add those over into BrandOptimizer.ai. So just visit BrandOptimizer.ai, click on Launch the Custom GPT. That's going to open up ChatGPT, but into the Brand Optimizer interface that has that access to that knowledge base over at Brand Identified, and then you're just going to enter in that prompt right there, this prompt, and then all the upcoming prompts as well. So then moving on here into step number 3 of this framework is structure. So build a complete system of type styles, color palettes, and usage rules. This step turns your creative direction into a practical, reusable design system. The goal is to create visual harmony and hierarchy so that anyone designing for your brand has a clear starting point. So choose 2 to 3 brand fonts, for example, your primary, your secondary, and your accent, and define the usage rules for each of those. Select 5 to 7 brand colors, once again, primary, secondary, accent, neutrals, and backgrounds. And then define typography hierarchy. So you're going to have your headline styles, your body copy size, your button labels, and all of your callouts. And then you create contrast and accessibility rules to ensure legibility across light and dark modes. And then just like in the previous step, I've given you an AI prompt, or more specifically a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt to use for step number 3. So step number 4 is to embed. Document your system and make it usable across all teams and all platforms. A great visual system is only powerful if it's accessible and consistently applied. This step ensures that everyone who touches your brand knows how to use your typography and your colors correctly. So add the full system to your brand guidelines with visual examples with the hexadecimal, the RGB, and the CMYK values for each of those colors. Create a typography and a color starter kit for design teams, partners, and your developers, and set up brand presets in design software to speed up execution and reduce mistakes. And then also here in step number 4, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt to help you out. Step number 5 is to show. Apply your system across all brand assets to create consistency and recognition. This is where your new system goes live. Every touch point, every digital or physical format should now reflect your updated typography and your color rules for a cohesive and a recognizable brand experience. So audit your website, your social media, your emails, and your pitch decks for outdated fonts or off-brand color use. Apply this new system to landing pages, printed materials, product packaging, and video content, and standardize all new assets to follow the hierarchy and the style structure that you've defined. And then just like all the other steps here in step number 5, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt to help you out with this. And then finally, step number 6 here is to review. So keep your visual system updated and relevant as your brand evolves. Your font and color system should evolve with your brand, but in a controlled, strategic way. This step ensures that you revisit regularly and you keep the system fresh, consistent, and functional. So review your typography and your color systems every 6 to 12 months or after a bit of a rebrand. Assess consistency across all your consumer channels and correct any visual things that have kind of drifted off of place there. And then consider adding seasonal or campaign-based palettes to support marketing goals. And then just like all the other steps, I've given you a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt to help you out here with step number 6. So then moving on here, this is a 6-step AI prompt sequence that you can also use over at BrandOptimizer.ai, that custom GPT, to instantly create your custom strategy using these prompts. So the first prompt here is your strategy prompt, and that is, help me build a complete strategy for brand typography and color system that aligns with our brand and our business goals. Prompt number 2 here is your execution prompt, and that is, give me a step-by-step execution plan to implement brand typography and color systems effectively in our business. Prompt number 3 here is your audit and your optimization prompt, and that is, audit our current brand typography and our current color systems and recommend improvements or optimizations that we can make. Prompt number 4 here, this is your template and your tool prompt, and that is, provide a fill-in-the-blank template or a framework that I can use to create or approve upon our brand typography and our color systems. And then prompt number 5 here, this is your role-based prompt. So how should and you insert your title, your role, or a position within your organization. So for example, founder, CMO, marketing manager, approach brand typography and color systems in a growing business. And then the final prompt here, this 6th prompt of the 6-step AI prompt sequence, is your integration prompt. And that is, how does brand typography and color systems connect with or support other areas of our business, for example, marketing, sales, or operations? So finally, here is the Brand Growth AIOS system, and this is an AI-powered operating system to optimize your business. It is a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that integrates 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. It is designed to transform your business into a high-performance, fully optimized and scalable operation. Every service is delivered in a structured, sequence-based framework that starts with deep diagnostics, applies proven strategic models, and then executes with AI-enabled tools and automations. Now, I've prepared a short overview video of the entire Brand Growth AIOS system that I'll queue up here in just a second. But also, I want to make sure that you check out brandidentified.com for more information, and then also make sure you check out brandgrowthaios.com as well. The Brand Growth AIOS is a complete operating system for your business. It's a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that pulls together 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. The entire system is designed to take your business from where it is today and transform it into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Now, here's the important part. This isn't just a collection of services thrown together. Every step is structured, it's sequence-based, and it follows a very specific framework. We begin with deep diagnostics, then move into proven strategy models, and then bring it all to life with AI-enabled tools and automations. Once the Brand Growth AIOS is installed inside your business, here's what you can expect. Your company will run on a streamlined, data-driven, AI-supported infrastructure. You will deliver a consistent, high-quality client experience that drives both retention and referrals. Your offers, pricing, and positioning will be optimized for your market. You'll have predictable opportunities coming in through campaigns, funnels, and content systems that are built to work together. And you, as the founder, along with your leadership team, will finally be able to focus on strategy instead of being stuck in daily execution. So let's talk about what that means for your role versus ours. Your role requires only a minimal time investment, about 15 minutes per day for quick approvals and roughly 30 minutes a week for high-level strategic reviews. That is it. Our role is to handle everything else: the audit, the strategy, the design, the build out, the optimization, and the execution of your complete Brand Growth AIOS. That way, you can stay focused on leading your business while we install the system that allows it to scale.